So life before askmyGP was full on, continuously having patients waiting in the waiting room, standing, sitting, phones ringing, just manic.
We would arrive into a day's surgery fully booked, with the whole day pretty much booked up by 8:10, starting the day not knowing what was about to happen and not knowing what we were going to be doing for our patients.
Some patients were 30th, so before they'd even spoke to us, they were angry, and you just went home with a headache because it was just constant.
We were getting to the point where we couldn't manage the workload.
And we recognised that there potentially might be a different way of managing demand and giving patients a choice in how they contact their GP.
So life now is, we have empty waiting rooms, which is quite nice.
Comparing it a year ago from when we started askmyGP to now, there's a seismic shift in what the day looks like for GPs and for patients alike.
Telephone calls and people coming to the window have gone down 70%.
Patients get an immediate response to any query, and they're all seen on the same day.
As a mum, it's a great tool to be able to get the kids in around school times, also around my work time really as well.
The positive thing with askmyGP that we really liked is being able to have the right people seeing the right person and with more continuity of care.
I was gently sceptical, having tried in other practices systems that maybe came before this, like telephone triage based systems, and I was cynical of that because that hadn't been a success where I was. Whereas this is completely different.
But this is more than just a demand management system. This is a system that empowers patients, empowers clinicians, and improves the quality of the care which I as a GP am delivering to patients.
Now you do get a little bit longer with the patients. The ones that use askmyGP have freed up the phones for the elderly that can't use askmyGP.
With askmyGP, I'm busy every day, but never have anything like the horrendous days where you're seeing too many people when you're on call in our older system, and there was potential risk in that.
I'm a wee bit more confident that there's not people stuck at home worrying about, not being able to contact us.
I have to say it's completely revolutionised the way that we work here.
I would not go back to the old system now. It's the simple things, the data is there, that most patients don't need to actually come into the surgery. And to go back to the old system where you virtually forced everyone to come in would be a step backwards.
The idea of going back to no askmyGP, I think, would be unpalatable really. It's just knowing that we are meeting the demand is so important. To the idea that you would go back to sort of thinking, well, who's hung up waiting in that telephone queue? What aren't we meeting?
It's no doubt that this system is going to allow general practice to be sustainable.
My stress level's gone.
Our experience has certainly improved enormously.
I drive home smiling. Life is good.
For anybody who's thinking about change, just give it a go.